Welcome to the Pageantry PodCast.
And today's very special Pageantry Podcast guest calling in this morning, Miss Earth USA 2022, Brielle Simmons. Brielle, good morning.
Good morning, Carl. I'm so happy to be here. How are you?
I'm doing excellent, thank you. I will say, they always say third time's the charm. This is our third attempt to record this interview. You were under the weather the first time, and last week we were actually closed and everything was put away for Hurricane Ian that had come through the state of Florida where we're based. So I'm glad that we hooked up this morning.
Yes, I'm glad as well. And I'm glad to know that you're safe and your family are safe because of the hurricane or from the hurricane. So I'm glad to know you all are doing well.
Well, thank you so much. It was a little tenser for a few days. It's a lot of debris, a lot of flooding, but we're back. We're here. We're ready to go. I'm ready for this new podcast. So if you're ready, I'm ready to jump right into it.
Yes, let's do it.
All right. Describe the experience of competing at Miss Earth USA.
Competing at Miss Earth USA for me was very interesting because it was my first time competing as a Miss at a national pageant. And I've competed in the Earth system prior. In 2019, I competed for the title of Team Miss Earth USA, and I placed first runner-up, which was a very fun experience. And I know I wanted to come back as a Miss and compete. And it was slightly different because, you know, when you're competing with very mature girls from the ages of 18 and 28, it kind of puts things into a different perspective. But overall, I had an amazing time, even preparing for nationals. It really taught me a lot of things about myself. And it was just the overall rewarding experience. And I'm grateful for the opportunity. And now I'm Miss Earth USA. So see how everything is kind of full circle. You never know the plans that God has for you. So yes.
What was it about Miss Earth USA that interested you in competing in the first place?
Definitely the advocacy. I am a last semester senior as of right now. I attend a university in New York City where my major is legal studies, and I have a focus in environmental law. So I'm very passionate about the environment, giving back and helping people, you know, who have been impacted by environmental injustices. So when I discovered the Miss Earth system, I was very intrigued because of their advocacy in particular. And on top of that, you know, meeting other women who are very interested in the same thing as you, especially when it comes to the environment, it's a bonus. So that's why I wanted to come back and compete, because it is something that I'm very passionate about.
And those people know that have read Pageantry Magazine, they read Pageantry Digital online. You were originally awarded the elemental title of Miss Earth USA Water, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And now you are Miss Earth USA.
Yes, that is correct.
How does the title feel to you? How does it feel to be Miss Earth USA 2022?
It's very rewarding, honestly. As when I was standing there, you know, and they called my name for water, I was very grateful for that, because just being able to go on stage and compete, and then on top of that, tell the judges why you're so passionate about the environment, it was just a very rewarding experience. But then when I became Miss Earth USA, it was very exciting. I was now able to have the opportunity to go across the country and now the globe, honestly, and tell people about my environmental education program and strive to provide children with an adequate education. Well, all children, no matter your economic background, where you live, I believe education is very important, and I believe all children should have access to it.
And you've been extremely busy as Miss Earth USA already, as we've seen it online.
Yes.
Tell us a few things that you've been able to do so far.
Oh, wow. I've done a lot of things. I've been very, very busy, which I'm actually happy about. I'm always on the go. But I'll start with one of the first things that I did was actually my first Florida trip in July. And that's where I was actually able to meet you in person for the first time, which was very exciting. So when I went to Orlando, and I was able to be a keeper for a day at the Central Florida Animal Reserve, where I was able to take care of big cats who are staying there because they don't have anywhere else to go. Unfortunately, these animals have been victims of animal trafficking, pet situations, and unfortunately they can't go back to the wild. So that was a very unique experience where I was able to talk to the cats. Yes, talk to the cats. Kind of have to talk to them too, talk to the cats, create activities for them, and also feed the cats. It was very educational. And then after that, I was able to go on a bioluminescent clear kayaking tour in Florida. And then after the clear kayaking tour, the next day, it was my birthday. And I had a photo shoot with Carlos Feliz, and it was very, very fun experience. And then the next day, I went to the Rosen Center and I was able to meet Mr. Rosen, who is a very sweet and generous man. And I was able to talk to him about what I'm going to be doing throughout my reign and the goals that I have for my reign. And I was also able to meet you, which was also very fun as well. And we talked a little bit about my pageant experience in Pageantry magazine. And it was just overall a very fun experience. So that was really like the first week of my reign. And then after that, I've been traveling a lot. I went back to Florida. I've been to Kentucky, where else? New York, the Washington, D.C. area. So I've been traveling a lot, but it's been very rewarding.
You're actually recently at New York Fashion Week, and I think you're an MC as well.
Yes, I was an MC for the International Miss Pageant. And that, oh my goodness, those girls were amazing. All of the contestants were amazing. They should be really proud of themselves. And the winner was gorgeous as well. It was a great experience being able to host, just seeing everyone come out, strut their stuff. And then after I hosted the International Miss Pageant, I was able to model for Pixton, who is a sponsor of Miss Earth USA. And I love Kimberly Pixton. I love her designs and everything. And it's always such a fun experience being in New York for New York Fashion Week. This was my second time being in New York for my third time actually being in New York for New York Fashion Week. And it's always such a fun experience.
What was World Cleanup Day so important to you?
World Cleanup Day is very important to me because it's important for the community, our communities, to know why we need to clean up after ourselves, especially for our ecosystems and when it comes to beaches, parks, wherever we go. And I was able to go to Broward County, Florida, and participate in a coastal cleanup with children and their families for World Cleanup Day. And I really love talking to them about the 5 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle, rethink, and respect, while we were cleaning up the beaches. And also too, how to stay safe during coastal cleanups, park cleanups. We talked about different things that we saw, how to recycle, and it was such a cool experience. Those children, they were really, really smart. And it's always good to talk to children about, the environment, because they're our future and we have to educate them so that they could lead our world for a really long time.
Enlighten us on your personal platform.
Yes, my personal platform is Bringing Me Sunshine Incorporated, which is a nonprofit that I created. And through Bringing Me Sunshine, I was able to launch the Environmental Education Initiative. And I briefly mentioned it prior, but through that program, I was able to teach children the importance of the 5 R's, while also teaching them how to plant their own fruit and vegetable gardens. And it was a very hands-on educational program, and the children loved it. I implemented the program in the summer, and I was able to teach them about different lessons, the water cycle, and they responded really well to it. And that really motivated me to go and tell other children about the importance of our environment. And that's my personal platform. It's very, very close to my heart because I really do believe children are our future, and it's important to teach them the importance of our environment.
How are you preparing for the Miss Earth International competition?
Oh my goodness. It's coming up really soon, but I've been preparing a lot. A couple of things that I've been able to do was work with our sponsors on photo shoots. I'm also working with a trainer so I can feel the best version of myself physically. And something that's really important too, and I learned this when I competed at Miss Earth USA in January, is the mental preparation. You have to be mentally prepared. And for me, that's putting my faith first, putting God first. Every day I wake up with a grateful heart, wake up with gratitude so I can stay in a place of tranquility. And I think that's important too, as well, to continue in that mindset, especially when you're about to go compete for an international pageant. And yeah, that's pretty much what my prep has been looking like. I've been working on it every single day. And discipline is also very important too. And I've been practicing discipline a lot.
Why would you make a great Miss Earth?
Oh, I love this question. I will make a great Miss Earth because I care. I really care about the health of our environment. I care about people who are experiencing environmental injustices. And not only do I care, but I have the education and expertise to make a difference. I am a legal studies major with a focus in environmental law, and I am planning on pursuing a Juris Doctorate degree so that I can practice law and be an advocate for our environment in the courtroom. Additionally, I also created my environmental education program. And as Miss Earth, I can provide and partner with other organizations who are providing environmental education. And we can continue to allow people to be educated on the environment so that we can make a difference in this world.
And as mentioned before, I know you have a very busy schedule as Miss Earth USA, but you're also a student. How do you time manage everything together at one time?
I have to say organized, honestly. It's staying organized. It's so important. I have a physical agenda book, and then I also have a digital agenda, and I'm always adding to it. But staying organized is definitely how I maintain. And it's also a balance too. You have to have a balance of, okay, school, you have to have a balance of your duties as Miss Earth USA. And that's pretty much what I've been doing. And it's been working so far. So yeah, it's a lot of work being a title holder, especially with a title as great as Miss Earth USA. It's a lot of work. So you do have to stay motivated as well.
Excellent. Why should someone consider competing in Miss Earth USA?
Oh, there's so many reasons. There's so many reasons why somebody should consider competing in Miss Earth USA. But as for me, I think one of the main reasons I competed for Miss Earth USA was basically the opportunities. As Miss Earth USA, I've been able to use my voice to really advocate for environmental change, especially when it comes to environmental education. And if someone is really passionate about the environment, they should absolutely compete in Miss Earth, but also too, to educate yourselves, because a lot of people may not know how important reducing and reusing, recycling, how important that can be to saving our ecosystem. But if you enter the Miss Earth USA pageant, it gives you an opportunity to learn about that. And as well too, it builds your confidence. It teaches you a lot of things, but that's pageantry in general. But with the title of Miss Earth USA, I've learned a lot of things. And it is a good experience. I would recommend it to people. I have recommended it to people, actually.
I'm sure
Yeah.
myself and your director, Laura Clark, they all appreciate that.
Yes.
Where can someone learn more about the Miss Earth USA organization?
Yes, so people can follow the Miss Earth USA Instagram page at Miss Earth USA. Also on Facebook, Miss Earth USA. You can go on the website, you can Google Miss Earth USA, and then the website will pop up. And you can also follow me on my personal Instagram at SOOBRIELLE, which is So Brielle. Yeah, that's how you can find more about Miss Earth USA.
And that kind of jumped to my next question. How can they follow you? Let's spell that out because it is a longer one for Instagram. Let's give it to them one more time.
Oh, yes. You can follow me on Instagram at SOOBRIELLE, which is So Brielle. Yes.
Tell me something that not a lot of people know about you.
I don't think a lot of people know that I was a member on my university's improv team. And that was a very fun experience. And the story is kind of, it's one of those stories that could only really happen if it was meant to be. And I'll tell it really quickly. This was my freshman year of college, and I was walking down the hill, and then I see a sign that says improv auditions. And I'm like, I love acting. I love being on stage. And I said, I think I could do this. So I saw the person who was putting out the sign. I said, hi, when are auditions? They said in 30 minutes. So I was like, okay, I'll be back in 30 minutes. I went to my room, I got ready, and I came back, and it was a long audition process. I was not prepared for it. I wasn't prepared for it, but I just had fun. It was just one of those moments where you just had to have fun, be yourself. And I got a call back, and I ended up being on the improv team, which was very, very fun. And I really did enjoy it.
Any parting thoughts?
I just wanted to say that I'm very grateful for the opportunity to represent the United States at Miss Earth 2022.
And congratulations. And we wish you the best in the upcoming international competition.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much.
And today's very special guest has been Miss Earth USA 2022, Brielle Simmons. Brielle, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Carl, for such an amazing interview. I had a great time. I'm glad we were able to do it. Third time's a charm.